Hey everyone, Haley here from The Foiled Plan. This is my first official video in the new space and I am absolutely thrilled at the responses that I've been getting about this craft room makeover. You guys are so kind and I'm thankful because I put so much work into this and everyone that helped me put so much work into this, and I'm just really proud of it. It just gets me right in the feels. Today I am going to be showing you how to make foiled logo stickers that you can use for your business. So for my foiled logo stickers, a lot of people have seen them on my Instagram and have asked me how I've made them. So I figured I might as well do a tutorial on it. I'm going to show you everything that I use to make my logo stickers, and then I'm also going to offer suggestions for how you can do this on a budget. So let's get started. The very first thing that I need is my design. So I've already created my logo. The program that I use on my iPad is Procreate. You don't necessarily need an iPad or Procreate to create these things, but it's just what I use. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm just gonna open up Procreate. So I'm gonna start a new project. And what I like to do is select the square option, because I want my logo stickers to be completely circular. So I find it's best if I use a canvas that's square, because you know that all sides of your circle should be touching the sides of your square. So now that I've got my canvas, what I'm going to do is hop over to Google real quick, and then I'm just going to type in circle PNG, and I'm going to go to images. So I'm just going to select one random circle, and I see it has the checkerboard background, which means it is for sure a PNG image. I'm going to hold down on the image, and then I don't want to save the image because I'm probably not going to do this again for a while, and I'm just going to hit copy. Then I'm going to go back to Procreate. You can go to the wrench tool and you can go add and then paste. And there you have your circle. Or you can do what I do, which is just use 3 fingers on the screen and swipe down, and then a little blurby box pops up and you can select paste, and there we go. So I want to make that circle bigger, but I'm keeping the magnetics on, because if I take it off and I go like this, I don't want to change the shape of the circle. I want to keep it exactly the same. So I'm going magnetics, and then I'm going to make it so it touches the edges as best as possible of this canvas. Now, in order for me to see my logo better, because my logo is just a black design, I am going to select that layer, and I'm going to go white. I'm going to drag that over. Boom. Okay, now my circle is white. And I can go ahead and hide the background so that I can see just the white circle. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is insert my logo image. Insert a photo, and I'm just going to grab this. Okay, so when I originally saved my logo, I saved it as a PNG file, and I made sure that the background was transparent, which is going to make this a lot easier. So again, with the magnetics on, I'm just making my logo a little bit bigger so it fills up the circle entirely. Okay, so that looks good to me. If you want, you can throw the canvas drawing guide on, and then you can sort of line things up better to wherever you like. So this looks good to me. Man, the more I look at my logo, I'm like, ugh, I really need to update this. All right, so now that we've got this, what I'm gonna do is go to the wrench tool. I'm on share, and I'm going to select PNG, and I'm going to save the image this time. Then I'm going to get out of here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Cricut Design Space app, because this process uses both a Cricut and a Minc machine. So I'm going to go new project, I'm going to go to upload, select from photo library, and then I'm going to select that circle that I just created, and you can see that it's a full cut image. So I'm going to go next, next, and you want to make sure that you are selecting the print then cut option. If you just hit cut image, it's only going to cut out a circle, and you don't want that. You want the image to also stay on the circle. So I go print then cut image, and I'm going to save the image as my logo design. Save. Okay, so I've got it selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the size 1 1/4. And because my lock is on for the shape, it's going to automatically adjust my height to also be 1.2 because it's going to be the same width and height. It is a circle. We'll go make it. So I want to use the most space possible. I hate wasting craft supplies. So if you have your size of your circle set to 1.25 inches, you can fit 5 circle logos across a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of sticker paper. So I know I can fit 5 across, so I'm just gonna guesstimate here. I think this should do it. Okay, so after playing around with it for quite a little while, I found that the most I can fit on 1 sheet of sticker paper is 30 circles at 1.25 inches in width and height. Okay, so now that I'm ready to go, the next step is to actually print the stickers. Now because I'm foiling them, I have to use my laser printer. If you're not foiling your stickers, you can just print on a regular inkjet printer. If you're unsure about the actual process of foiling, you can watch my beginner tutorial video. But like I said, I am foiling mine, so I will be using the laser printer. So now what I'm going to do is hit print, and I'm going to select my LaserJet printer. It's going to load the preview. Okay, so everything looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Auntie full sheet sticker paper. This actually comes in her December mystery box, which looks like this. And it comes with a bunch of different vinyl options. So this is from her Hakuna Matata pack that also comes in this box. I've already used some, so that's why there's just that sitting there. But yeah, so the sticker paper is nice, and it's a nice bright white, and it does have the slit down the back of it, so you can easily peel off the back if you need to, if you're planning on doing a full sheet label of something. But even though it has a slit down the back, we can still use this for this project. So now that we're ready to actually print the stickers, you want to make sure you turn bleed for print then cut off. I always turn it off when I'm doing this. And then I'm going to select print, load my sticker paper into my printer, and I see the preview, everything looks great, and I hit print. And now we wait. And while that prints, I'm going to get my cutting mat ready because that's going to be the next step. So this is what we're left with. Now, I just want to show you an example of what happens if you don't turn the bleed for print then cut off. You can see this little hazy circle around there. We don't want that. We want this nice crisp and clean image. So the next step is to cut. So I've got my cutting mat, and I have it set up the same way that I see it on the screen. So I'm just going to align it. And I like to do this part first before I foil, because if it ends up going through the Cricut and for some reason the cuts are all wonky and out of place, then you haven't wasted all the foil running it through the machine, only for the stickers to be ruined because the cut was incorrect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is turn on the Cricut. Okay. Okay, so I've got my Cricut on and I am just going to follow the prompts like I would to cut something normally with the Cricut. So I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to connect to my device. I'm going to pop it into the machine. Now, you might need to test out your specific sticker paper and see what depth is going to work best for the type of sticker that you want. So I'm doing kiss cut stickers, and that just means that the cut is not going to go all the way through. If I wanted to make die cut stickers, then you wouldn't be able to just peel it off from the rest of the backing. Okay, so I'm going to do a little search for sticker paper, and I'm going to make that a favorite so it shows up all the time. Select sticker paper. The pressure is going to stay on default. Now the next step is to load the tools and the mat. Now my blade is always in my machine, so I don't have to worry about loading the tools. The next step that I'm going to do is just select this load button. And I always like to have my hand on my mat in the center. If I'm over to the side, sometimes it goes in crooked. Now we're ready to press the go button. So what the Cricut is going to do is it's going to trace around the whole black square outline so it knows exactly where it needs to cut. So you'll see it's just reading where each of the outlines are. It's detecting cut sensor marks. 1 done, 29 to go. Alright, so my cut is complete. I'm going to hit OK on that. And I am now actually done with my iPad. So I'm going to get that out of the way. Unload the mat. I'm only using my standard grip cutting mat because I've used it so many times that I'm confident I'll still be able to get the sticker paper off of it okay. But if you are using a brand new mat, I probably wouldn't use a standard grip. I would go with the light grip. And another trick is to flip your mat over and bend your mat to peel it off. Because if you just pull off the sticker paper, you're going to end up with it all rolled up. Now is the foiling part. So what I'm going to do is turn on my Minc machine so it can start heating up. I'm going to turn it on to the heat setting 3, and now I want to prepare the foil on this. Now I usually use foil scraps from previous foil prints that I've made because, again, I don't like wasting, but I'm now out of scraps. So I am going to be opening up some fresh purple deco foil. Now, when you're feeding this through the machine, you have to remember too, if you're using a transfer folder, this toner line right here either needs to be covered with foil or you need to cut it off. Because if there's any section that's not fully covered in foil and it touches the transfer folder, that toner is going to heat up and it's going to stick to your folder. Now, I'm not going to use a transfer folder today, but you definitely can. I've sort of been experimenting a little bit lately and living on the edge, you might say. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my Fiskars paper trimmer. And you can see too that that was a good setting for this particular paper because it didn't cut through the back. The sticker lifts off nice and easily with no cuts through the backing paper. That's nice. I always like a full sheet sticker paper where you don't have to adjust the settings on the Cricut. So I would definitely recommend this sticker sheet paper. Now, deco foil, if you haven't seen it before, it does come in 5 separate sheets of this length, and they are so thin. Just make sure when you are folding foil to cut it that you're treating it very carefully because it is very delicate. Then feed the project into the Minc machine and just make sure that any foil pieces you have overlap the next pieces going into the machine. All right, so everything came out and now it's time for the big reveal. And there we have it, foiled logo stickers. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I did want to also go over how you can do something very similar to this if you don't have a Cricut and if you don't have a Minc machine. So you can check out my video for how to foil on a budget or for beginners, and you would foil the same way. You can just use a regular laminator if you don't have a Minc machine. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can still make stickers like this. All you have to do is cut them out by hand. You still need the sticker paper though. So you can cut them out by hand. You can even stop at Michael's if you don't want to buy a Cricut. They have these circular hole punches. So once you've done your foiling and your design is how you want it, you can go through and hole punch a circle around each of them. You can honestly use whatever shape you want. You don't have to go with a circle. I just did because it fits my logo the best, and that's what works for me. I'm still kind of learning how to do this whole tutorial on YouTube thing, so if you have any helpful tips, please drop them down in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. And any questions you have, I will definitely try and answer them. You can also find me on all my social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, and Pinterest. So make sure you pop over there and say hello to me as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I really hope you found it helpful. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Happy foiling! Bye!